In today's episode, I want to touch on the topic of procrastination. Hello and welcome to the Successful, Sensitive and Intuitive Entrepreneur podcast. My name is Lydia Sophia Wilmsen and I am an intuitive success mentor for sensitive entrepreneurs. In this podcast, I speak about the challenges sensitive and intuitive entrepreneurs face. I offer you new perspectives and solutions, as well as experiences of other entrepreneurs. Plus, I speak about my personal experience of being a highly sensitive person who has successfully built and scaled 2 businesses. All of that with the goal to make you and your business even more successful in your very unique and authentic way. Have fun and enjoy. The question is, what is your procrastination telling you? So procrastination is a big issue out there. It is really touching a lot of people's lives. And a lovely audience member brought this question up for me. And she said, I have a few hours, not even every day, like 2 hours once in a while, where the kids are being taken care of and I have 2 hours to work. And then I sit there and I don't get anything done. I procrastinate, and after the 2 hours are gone, I feel really, really bad about myself, that I wasted the time, that I didn't get my stuff done. What can I do? How can I break that negative cycle, that negative pattern of procrastination? And I have, of course, dealt with procrastination. I still keep dealing with that. It is very, very normal. And it's not about getting rid of procrastination per se. I would say there is always a learning in it. There is always a question to ask and see what is actually going on. Procrastination is a symptom for something deeper. And not just for one thing. I will explain several things to you. And you can check for yourself when you procrastinate what is actually happening. So, no one is immune against that. It happens to everyone. It is, as always, the question, how do you deal with that? What do you actually do? And then fighting against yourself and telling yourself all the bad names is really not the best option out there. It is about being quiet and listening and asking, what is procrastination telling me right now? So what could it be? What could it be? It's really not a nice place to be in. So how can you overcome that? Or how can you work with that? Let's ask the question, what is your procrastination telling you? It could actually be that you don't want to do what you're doing. Might this be the issue? You actually don't want to do what you're doing right now, or what you have planned to do. Why is that? It might be some stuff in the household. You really don't like doing that, and you have the feeling, I have to do that. It might be time to outsource that. It might be time to get someone on board to do that. And I was facing that issue, not with household, but with strategic stuff in my business 2 weeks ago. I was there and I procrastinated in my beautiful Airbnb here in Cyprus, and I just couldn't get myself to do the work I set out to do. And then I asked myself, what is the real issue there? I don't want to do strategy for my business. I am just not, it might be a belief system, but I just don't like it. It might even be that I'm a really good strategist. I just don't like to do it. That means, what is the solution? I hire someone to bring that energy and this skill set and the joy of doing it into my business. This means I am not doing it anymore. I have someone to guide me on the process or in the process. And then you might ask yourself, shall I really do that? That costs so much money if someone else does stuff for me. Guess what? I was talking to a colleague recently, and I don't know what his hourly rate is, 500 euros or even 1,000 euros. And he did some stuff in automation in his business, really putting some stuff into the newsletter. And you can outsource that for 20 euros an hour or even less. And he charging 500 or 1,000 euros an hour for his services actually did work that other people can do for 20 euros or less. So really think again, if you are thinking, I don't want to spend that money on someone to help me in my business, I don't want to grow my team, I can do it myself. It might be that you spend a freaking high amount of money on really things you hate. Like, how stupid is that? Really? If you think from a business perspective, let this go. Pay someone to do the things you don't like doing, because your rates for your zone of genius, for working in your zone of genius, are much higher than you keeping doing that stuff. Yeah, and if you ask yourself, like, if there is the question, how can I afford that? Just making the decision to get someone on board to help you with that helps you in the beginning to still do bits and pieces on your own. So I made the decision to get proper strategy support in my business. And I have people I'm looking at right now, and I've basically made the decision. And until I start working with that person, I still do stuff. And actually now it's much easier for me. Now I do strategic stuff in my business. This week has been like crazy work, and I loved every second of it because I had taken the decision to get help for that in my business and not do it anymore. So without even having that support in the moment, I like the work I do so much more. So it might be for you the right time to take the decision, to get support, to get help on your side, and move along. And then the things you hated doing might be easier for now, or you don't have to do them anymore. So it's a big question. Don't you like what you set out to do? Really, ask yourself. And then the next question is, it goes a little bit deeper. Do you have clarity on the purpose and meaning of what you want to do? So if you have some tasks and you actually like doing them, but still you just don't get yourself into the vibes of doing it, it might be that the meaning and purpose behind those tasks is not really aligned. So the tasks themselves, yes, but the bigger meaning is not really clear for you. Like, why are you doing that? So if you're missing the clarity on the bigger purpose, for example, of your business or also of your life, the tasks you're doing won't fulfill you per se, or you will procrastinate around them, even though you like doing them, because the bigger picture is not clear for you. And then it might also be time to get someone on board to work on the bigger picture. For example, me, because I am a big picture. Like, I work with my clients on the big picture, on the vision behind the vision. If your vision is not clear to you, it might be a calling. Like, procrastination might actually be a helper in disguise to bring you to that level of awareness. You're not living your potential. This stuff you're doing is not clear why you're doing that. What is your big why? If you don't have clarity on that, the small steps won't be fulfilling and you won't do them. You need a clear vision and a clear purpose in order to go step for step into that direction. So ask yourself, do you have that clarity on purpose and meaning? And then a third question is, do you actually freaking believe in yourself? So you might have clarity on your vision. You might love what you're doing. In general, you might love the task per se, and you still procrastinate on doing those tasks, on doing those things, because you're missing the full self-belief. You are struggling with self-doubt. So again, procrastination is just a symptom for something much deeper. If you don't believe that you're good at what you do, if you don't believe in yourself, in the work you do, in your worthiness, procrastination will show up and keep you from doing what you want to do. It is basically a self-sabotage mechanism playing out. And then you know what to do to work on your self-belief and work on your worthiness issues. And this will basically solve the procrastination issue. Now, what to do? Like, those are some questions to ask yourself. Let me repeat. Do you actually want to do what you're setting out or what you have set out to do? Do you have clarity on the purpose and bigger vision and meaning of you want to do? And do you believe in you? Those are some questions to ask yourself and become very, very honest with yourself. And if you have answers, if you get the answer of a no, then shift those things and get someone on board to help you shift those things, because, to do those things by yourself, that is actually the hard thing to do. And there are some more things how to take action or how to get yourself into action mode again. One thing is because of, my audience member, she said, I'm really, really bad about myself. Like, I'm really angry about myself that I couldn't get it done. Drop that shit. Really, drop that shit. Start being compassionate with yourself, because you putting pressure on you, like, oh, again, I didn't perform, I couldn't do it. Guess what? You will build up, you will put focus on that it didn't work, and you will create anxiety around that. And next time it will be even more like, oh my goodness, perhaps I don't get something done again. Like from the beginning on, you go into a state of pressuring yourself. Huh? You might know this from other areas of your life, that this never works. Let's think about sex, for example. Yeah. If you want to perform and you pressure yourself into performing, that is one of the big issues why it doesn't work. And in other areas as well. If you put pressure on yourself, you're focused on stress. You're focused on, I need to make this work. You go into contraction and you don't go into ease and trusting the process and letting it flow, basically. Pressuring yourself is a big turn-off. Pressuring yourself is a good way to make sure that it doesn't work. Yeah, stop pressuring yourself and stop being so rude to yourself. There are so many things I don't accomplish every day, every week, every year. I don't look at that anymore. For me, life starts afresh every day, even every hour. I don't even think about what I couldn't make work last day, because it's a fresh day. This has left my mindset altogether. And this is what I want for you as well. You start fresh every day and you don't take this bullshit or this baggage with you from the past days, even from like the past centuries almost. It can feel as heavy as that. And let go of pressure, let go of being rude to yourself and start being compassionate with yourself. If you didn't make it, if you procrastinated for 2 hours, so be it. Ask yourself the questions, and other than that, be gentle with yourself and say, okay, I didn't do what I set out to do. I still can love myself. In those times, it really shows if you have achieved a level of self-love and self-compassion. In those hard times, it's easy to love yourself, and if everything is beautiful, you feel amazing and whatever. If things are not going as planned, then it really shows if you have a high level of self-mastery, a high level of self-love and self-compassion. And another thing that helps is to really set an intention. And I don't mean to set an intention of, I want to achieve my goal. Yeah, you can already hear the pressure in my voice. Set an intention to just have an amazing time, to have fun and joy while doing the things you want to do. What do you want to feel while you're doing that? And focusing on expansive feelings will help you to get that stuff done. So for example, right now, I'm doing a lot around strategy in my business, and I don't sit there. I have goals, and I don't sit there anymore and say like, I need to get this done. And if I haven't done this until the evening, no, I just let it flow, and I want to have a freaking amazing time while doing that. I might go to the beach. I might go outside for a little hike. I just might sit here, because it's super warm outside, on this amazing, huge sofa and look outside to the seaside, to the beach, to the water, to the sea, and enjoy that. It's really cool in my apartment because I have an AC in here. And then make some lovely food for me, talk to someone, call some friends, call my partner, do whatever, just my focus is on enjoying my time. And guess what? I get amazing amounts of things done through that. So shift your attention to what you want to feel, how you want to accomplish those things, not what you want to accomplish, and instead how you want to accomplish them. And last but not least, drop those stories you tell yourself about yourself. There's like, I can never get something done, and now I had 2 hours, I couldn't make it, I wasted my time. Drop that. It's a conscious decision. You can stop telling yourself those stories. Listen to the episode about the mindset tool, about flipping the script, and take this and do this, put this into practice. If you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve, stop putting your focus there and instead find the one thing that was positive about it. Perhaps you had a moment where you just looked into nature and enjoyed it. Focus on that. Drop the act. Drop the self-blame, drop the self-hate, and focus on what was nice and what you could get done. The one tiny thing you did, perhaps just sitting down and opening your laptop. That's at least something. Focus on that. And the more you focus on things you have achieved, the more you will achieve. Because the more you focus on things you haven't achieved and you're bad in, and that you're a bad person and that you never get something done, the more stuff like that will happen. Or it won't necessarily happen, but you will become aware of all those things that don't go in the direction you want to go. So it is your job to shift your perception, to shift your focus. It is always, always a choice. It is always your choice what you want to focus on, if you want to focus on self-blame and self-hate, or if you want to see all the beauty out there. Everything is out there for you to witness, and you choose actually what you want to focus on. So procrastination is actually not about how to get things done. It is much more in what kind of mind space you are. And this will solve the problem. Not the long to-do lists and I need to do this and then I need to force myself to do things. This is not the solution to the issue because procrastination is a symptom. And you need to learn to listen what is going on, look behind the scenes, make changes there, and start focusing on different things, on the positive things, on the things you have achieved, in order to then get going and achieve even more. So let me summarize again. Ask yourself what procrastination is telling you. Do you actually want to do what you are doing? Do you have clarity on the bigger purpose and vision behind it? Do you actually believe in yourself? And then stop pressuring yourself and instead invite ease, instead invite joy. Set an intention how you want to feel when you do that stuff you're doing. Not on what you do. Don't set the intention, I need to do X, Y, Z. Set an intention on how you want to feel when you're doing X, Y, Z. And stop talking negatively about yourself and start inviting compassionate and loving talk about yourself and seeing the things you have already achieved. And this will help you to get over stuff. And also stop talking about the time you need for something. Like there is divine timing for things. You know, I was sitting there for a week, procrastinating, not getting my stuff done. And then it happened in some days that I got that stuff done where I had actually planned like 2 weeks for. So the timing might come in a different way than what you expected it to be. Before I forget it, I wanted to add one more thing to do for you. Instead of focusing on that you don't feel like it, that you don't feel motivated, that you don't get things done, start asking yourself different questions. What is it that gets me into a zone of total motivation? Ask yourself questions around motivation and about loving that, what you do, and shift your focus with that. What would I do right now if I felt totally motivated? What are the things that motivate me so much? And just focusing on that and having your mind wandering off into those things, into those thoughts, this will actually create an energy in you of motivation. And if you are ready to get yourself into a mind space of achievement with ease, if you're ready to let go of hustle and struggle and instead create ease and peace of mind, and from that level, approach your business and your life and achieve those amazing big goals you have, as I know that you are a high achiever or even an overachiever, as I have been, then reach out to me and we can see what needs to happen in your life and in your mindset to actually get there as fast as possible. Much love to you.